Hello and good evening, our beloved viewers. You are watching on Live RTD channel. Welcome to this English news edition. Here are the top stories. The President of the Republic inaugurated to establish a cardio surgery department. Dozens dead and hundreds injured. Two powerful earthquakes strike on Venezuela. Those were the headlines. Thanks for joining us in our newsroom. The President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Omar Guelleh, inaugurated this morning the first cardiac surgery department at the military hospital on Thursday, a historic step that represents a qualitative leap to the development of national healthcare system and strengthen the country's capabilities in stabilized medical care. Upon his arrival at the hospital, he was received by the Chief of Staff of the Djiboutian Army Forces, Lieutenant General Zakaria Sheikh Ibrahim, along with the Director of Military Hospital, Colonel Dr. Madid Mohammed Saeed, and a number of military officials and medical staff. This specialized department is the first of its kind in our country, equipped with the latest advanced medical equipment and technologies, enabling it to provide advanced service in the field of cardiovascular surgery according to the internationally recognized standards. This new medical until this medical unit will allow for complex surgical procedures to be performed within the framework, including the treatment of artery disease, heart valve, and also some congenital heart defect. This will reduce the need for medical evacuation abroad and provide a patient with specialized care at home. The opening of this department marks a new phase in the development of health service and health sector in our country, and embodies the state's commitment to providing modern and advanced healthcare service that keep pace with the global best practice and meet the needs of citizens. Following this, the President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Omar Guelleh, make the tour of the various units of the new cardio surgery department and military hospital. He inspects the modern equipment and the level of readiness of these specialized medical facilities, praising the high competence of the medical team overseeing it. During the visit, the president was briefed on the advanced patient care system adopted by the department, equipped with the latest medical technologies and divided into three main units that ensure integration between the state of a statement from surgical intervention to the recovery phase. This department is the first of its kind for cardiac surgery in our country and has entered to full operational phase, achieving a historic medical milestone represented by the success of surgeons in performing the first two open heart surgery in Djibouti, the two operation which latest several hours require high level of precision and coordination among the various members of the medical team, including cardiac surgeon and but also the perfusionist responsible for operating the heart lung machine, and all within a sterile medical environment equipped with the highest standards. The complete success of these two operations confirm that our country now possess of human expertise and technologies and technological infrastructure necessary for a handle complex cardiac case and provide specialized care within the country. The cardiosurgery department include two operating rooms equipped with the latest technology and especially designed to perform delicate and complex procedures according to the highest safety and quality standards. And now the President of the Republic extend his sincere congratulation and appreciation on this standing national achievement and for the tremendous effort you have made, he said, to develop health service in our country. What has been achieved today represent a qualitative addition to the health sector in Djibouti.
walwalka aad u walwalaysid shaqadaada inaad qiimo weyn siiso. Asalaamu calaykum.
And for his part, the intensive care physician expressed his great satisfaction with the success of the first heart surgery performed at the military hospital, considering this achievement in an important step in developing specialized medical service in Djibouti. He also emphasized that the success of this operation is the fruit of collective effort and integrate coordination among the various medical team, including cardio surgeon and also intensive care specialist and nurse. He praised the professional level of medical staff and the modern equipment available, which contribute to this success. He said. And now the Dr. Captain Amir Aden Ali in his speech said a cardiac surgeon at the military hospital in Djibouti, he expressed his immense pride in performing the first open heart surgery in the country, emphasizing that this achievement marks a historic milestone in the development of national medical service. The Captain Amir Aden stated that today he said, I'm honored to welcome His Excellency the President of the Republic who visit us. It is a great honor and source of pride for us to perform this first open heart surgery in Djibouti, an achievement that is in precedent at both the national and regional level, he said. In his speech, the professor of cardiosurgery and supervisor of the cardiosurgery program explained that Djibouti's main advance lies in its qualified medical staff. Let's listen his statement.
The advantage here is the doctors, nurses, anesthesiologists, and so on are all being trained some time ago, but all have the background of being trained. They only need a bit of logistic organization of the structure. I found a very receptive environment, and the cardiac surgery will include adult and pediatric. We start with adult, all the standard pathology, disease of the cardiac valve, as much as disease of the coronary arteries. Patients don't need to go away anymore. They can come here. And we already have operated on 2 patients. They are very well. One is 5 days post-op, is ready to go home tomorrow or the following day. And the other one had the operation just yesterday. And he's also awake and breathing by himself, extubated and so on. Yes, the equipment is the same you can find in my previous unit in Edinburgh or in Rome. In other words, at international level. It's very high standard. So we have to just, so to speak, come, press on button. All the machines are here in order for being used.
And now we turn to the President of the Republic's address, in which he urged to all the doctors to continue the path to progress and excellence by strengthening the cooperation, exchanging experience and knowledge, and consolidating the spirits of teamwork and solidarity. For more detail, let us listen to the statement of the President of the Republic.
adigu waad ii garatay inay tahay wax aan weli waddanka lagu samayn inaa halkan lagu sameeyay.
President Ismail Omar Guelleh congratulated the medical teams at the military hospital for achieving a historic milestone in Djibouti's healthcare system with the successful completion of the country's first open-heart surgeries. He praised the doctors, surgeons, nurses, and technicians for their professionalism, teamwork, and dedication, noting that this success reflects strong national progress and investment in modern medical care. The president emphasized that such complex procedures can now be performed locally, reducing the need for treatment abroad and strengthening Djibouti's medical sovereignty. He concluded by expressing confidence in the continued advancement of the country's healthcare system and congratulated all those involved in this achievement.
The President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Omar Guelleh, received numerous telegrams of congratulation as our country's National Day approach. A message of congratulation from a head of state and government of a brotherly and friendly nation, as well as from prominent figures leading major regional and international organizations, continue to pour into the presidency of the Republic these days. All of these messages in the current context of commemorating our National Day express wishes of well-being and happiness to the President of the Republic, and wishes of continued success and prosperity to the Djiboutian people. The leaders who sent this telegram all commend the political leadership in place in Djibouti as contents the source of peace, stability, and national harmony. On the occasion of the 49th anniversary of independence, 110 prisons benefit from the presidential pardon. On the occasion of the 49th anniversary of the independence of the Republic of Djibouti, the President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Omar Guelleh, issued a decree on June 24, granting a presidential pardon on the form of a 6-month reduction in the sentence of a number of prisoners serving custodial sentence in the country's penal institution. And now the Minister of Interior announced that Sunday, June 27 and Saturday, June 27, are public holidays, days of which pay in order to celebrate the 49th anniversary of our accessing to the national independence. And now for the still on national news, the Prime Minister offers honor the German ambassador with the rank of officer in the National Order of June 27 in recognition of her effort in strengthening bilateral relation. This morning, Abdul Qadir Kamil Mohammed, the Prime Minister, honored the Ambassador of Federal Republic of Germany to the Republic of Djibouti by awarding her the rank of officer in National Order of June 27. The ceremony took place in the reception hall of the Prime Minister's office. This honor recognized Ambassador of Germany is a distinguished effort in strengthening the bonds of friendship and cooperation between Djibouti and Germany, and her contribution to developing the bilateral partnership between the two countries. The award also acknowledged the role of German diplomacy in supporting areas of joint cooperation, particularly in enhancing the capabilities of Djiboutian national police, contributing to the regional also the security effort and supporting the development implement in cooperation with the intergovernmental authorities. In the National Assembly reviewed a UN country team annual report of 2025. The National Assembly of the Republic of Djibouti hosted a high-level workshop today dedicated to presenting the UN country team's annual report for 2025. The workshop was attended by the Speaker of the National Assembly, Dileita Mohamed Dileita, several members of Parliament, the UN resident coordinator, and representative of various UN agencies operating in Djibouti attended this workshop. This workshop is part of the strengthening cooperation and institutional dialogue between the Djiboutian Parliament and the UN system, in line with the commitment stipulated in the UN Sustainable Development Cooperation Framework. This also reflects the importance of the role of national institutions in monitoring and evaluating the development program and promoting the principles of transparency and accountability. During the meeting, UN representatives present the content of the annual report, which review the most prominent activities and projects implemented by UN agency fund and program in Djibouti during 2025. In his remark on this occasion, UN resident coordinator commended the progress made by Djibouti in the various development sectors thanks to the ongoing cooperation between the government and the international partners. The President of the National Assembly, Dileita Mohamed Dileita, in his speech affirmed that this meeting was not merely a protocol procedures but stemmed from a firm belief that Djibouti, the development is not built within the halls of international conference, but is embodied daily in neighborhoods, schools, hospitals, and homes where citizens experience their realities and aspirations. He also explained that the annual report and a decision and discussion is not simply a technical document, but rather a living record of the progress achieved, the existing challenges, and the renewed commitment to building a better future for citizens. And now a magazine from the south of capital to its west, a barrier known as the barrier of shame Strait. Detail in this report.
The story of Wall of Shame remains one of the most painful chapters in Djibouti's history. It stands today as a powerful symbol of colonial repression, but also of a resilience and determination of a people striving for freedom. Stretching over about 3.5 kilometers, this barrier encircled Djibouti city, separating the capital from the rest of the territory during the French colonial period. More just a physical obstacle, the Wall of Shame embodies operation in the subjection of a population subjected to the authority of a colonial power primarily concerned with protecting its political, economical, and strategic interests. On 25th of August 1966, General Charles de Gaulle, President of the French Republic, arrived in this territory at Place Lagarde. He was met not by celebrations but by demonstrations carrying out banners demanding independence. Reportedly irritated by the unexpected reception, de Gaulle ordered the square to be cleared. What followed marked the beginning of a period of intensified repression. In the months that followed, the colonial administration constructed a barrier around Djibouti city. Its purpose was clear: to control and restrict the movement of people entering the capital. For residents coming from other parts of the country, traveling to Djibouti city became increasingly difficult. They were required to obtain authorization from the district commander before being allowed to enter the city. The colonial administration viewed Djibouti city differently from the rest of the territory. Thanks to its port and railway link with Abyssinia, present-day Ethiopia, the city had become the economical heart of the company. Fearing rapid population growth caused by people seeking employment, the authorities introduced strict controls. Arbitrary identity checks became common, accompanied by explosions and forced removals. During the 1960s, as trade union movements gained momentum and nationalists' demand intensified, the colonial response remained the same: repression. Activists and opponents of colonial rule were adopted to places such as Aden and Hadda. However, deportation often required lengthy legal and administrative procedures. The construction of the barrier provided an alternative. Instead of formal expulsions, authorities increasingly resorted to forced resettlements and refoulements, summary removals that required no legal process and offered no possibility of appeal. Those targeted were gathered in transit camps, including the camp at La Pordière, before being transported by truck to the Somali border at Luada or sent by train towards Ethiopia. Following the unrest surrounding the March 1967 referendum, deaths were recorded and thousands of people were expelled or forcibly removed. The disturbance was yet another prompting the arrival of military reinforcement from France and led to the strengthening of the barrier. Originally made up of simple barbed wire fences and landmines, the Wall of Shame gradually evolved into a more sophisticated security structure. Watchtowers were added, patrol tracks were built for military vehicles, additional rows of barbed wire followed. Finally, high metal fences and barriers transformed the area into a heavily controlled zone. Officially, the barrier was justified as a measure to combat illegal immigration. In reality, it became another instrument of surveillance and repression, reinforcing an already restrictive system controls and explosions. Yes, despite these measures, people refused to give up. Many secretly sabotaged sections of the barrier, creating openings through which migrants and expelled individuals could re-enter the city. The effectiveness of these acts of resistance was reflected in the continued growth of Djibouti city population, despite the large number of people who had been removed from the territory. It is also important to remember that colonial security forces planted landmines and, in some cases, operated under shoot-to-kill orders against anyone attempting to cross the barrier. As a result, many lost their lives while others suffered serious injuries. The Wall of Shame profoundly affected the daily lives of ordinary Djiboutians. Families were separated, freedom of movement was restricted, and fear became part of everyday existence. Ultimately, the barrier failed to achieve its objectives. A few years after Djibouti gained independence on 27th of June 1977, the Wall of Shame was dismantled. Today, its memory endures, a reminder of the hardships endured under a colonial rule and of the determination of people who never abandoned the aspiration for freedom and dignity.
In the capital of Djibouti city and throughout the country, national flag have been raised in public building. Many streets and squares have been decorated with the color of Djiboutian flag, signaling the state of the preparation for this important national occasion that unites the people around the values of unity, pride, and belonging. The relevant authorities continue their effort to decorate the city and create a festive atmosphere in public space by installing decoration and flag bearing the symbol of the Republic with the color blue, green, white, and red, now present in various neighborhoods and landmarks. The national flag adopted with the Declaration of Independence of June 27, 1977 remain one of the most prominent symbols of sovereignty and national identity, embodying the aspiration of Djiboutian people and the values of peace, unity, and the values of hope for the future. And now, from Beijing to the capital of China, Djibouti continues its step toward achieving its ambition economic vision with a high-level meeting that brought together the Djiboutian delegation headed by the Minister of Finance and officials from major Chinese companies involved in participation in the Djibouti Green Industrial City project. The meeting was chaired by Mr. Hu Bing with the participation of leaders from several major Chinese industrial institutions specializing in energy, heavy industries, and materials, infrastructure, and advanced technologies. The project campaign the development of future industry based on clean energy, including green chemical, aluminum, and productions, clean technologies, and next-generation factories aligning with Djibouti's vision of building a sustainable and competitive industrial economy. The Green Industrial City aim to attract investment of up to $8 billion over a period of 5 to 7 years, making one of the largest green manufacture project being developed in Djibouti. The project is expected to create thousands of direct and indirect jobs and transfer expertise, but also technologies. The Minister of Economic and Finance, Mr. Ilyas Moussa Dawali, affirmed that Djibouti possesses an important strategy asset that qualifies it to play a pivotal economic role. Let's listen his statement.
I firmly believe that Djibouti has both the aspiration and the capability to offer an even broader stage for development so that together we may create a brighter future. Djibouti possesses both hard and soft strength with unique and irreplaceable core endowments, and we are fully equipped with the foundation and capacity to host the development of Chinese green industries and to deliver top-tier strategic cooperation initiatives. In terms of geography, Djibouti commands the vital global maritime gateway where the Red Sea meets the Gulf of Aden, bridging Asia, Africa, and Europe. We radiate across East Africa and connect with the core economic zone of the Middle East. In terms of resources, we are endowed with abundant high-quality wind, solar, and geothermal clean energy, as well as the core resources of Lake Assal, offering boundlessly potential for clustered development of portside industries. In terms of security and politics, our country enjoys long-term political stability, a simple and honest social fabric, and harmonious coexistence among all communities. Our national-wide security system is well developed, making us the country with the highest level of security and the most stable business environment in East Africa. We have treated each other with sincerity, shared mutual understanding. China has always respected and valued Djibouti, responded to our development needs, and provided full support in our national construction. To achieve this goal, we are focused on economic diversification and accelerating growth to a higher level. We have built and upgraded modern infrastructures, including Djibouti-Addis Ababa Railway, a flagship of Belt and Road Initiative from President Xi Jinping. 4 modern ports was built on top of 2 existing, and as well as Africa's large free trade zone, and laying a solid foundation for the realization of our long-term vision.
The second day of the third Djibouti Maritime Symposium, Security Symposium, continued yesterday, Wednesday at Isla Grand Hotel under the theme Developing Regional Response to Threats and Challenges. The day's event were attended by the Minister of Interior, Mr. Omar Abdi, and the Minister of Equipment and Infrastructure, Mr. Said Noor, and along with the ambassador of the European Union to Djibouti and IGAD member, and the ambassador of Japan to Djibouti. The representative from the army forces, the Coast Guard, the diplomatic corps, and relevant national institutions also participate in the symposium, in addition to a number of national and international experts specializing in maritime security issues. The discussion will also focus on a session provide an opportunity to exchange views on the security challenges facing the region and ways to develop joint and effective response to address them. The discussion will also address the opportunities offered by the blue economy and importance of the developing port infrastructure and enhancing the maritime resources as a driver of economic growth and sustainable development. The speaker also highlighted the importance of the regional and international partnership in supporting efforts to protect maritime navigation and enhance security in this vital waterway. For her part, the U.S. ambassador and Japanese ambassador affirmed their country's commitment to supporting Djibouti's effort in the field of maritime security for the
is being undermined, and this, unfortunately, deliberately. Maritime security, ladies and gentlemen, is under tremendous pressure worldwide. And we witness it day by day in our daily life, because our shared dependence on maritime routes, be it for global trade, for energy supply, for economic and for food stability, makes the security of our seas a matter of collective responsibility. We know very well, my colleague mentioned it, 80 to 90% of the international trade travels by sea, and any disruptions has immediate and far-reaching, long-time global consequences.
In his speech, the Minister of Equipment and Transport, in his address in the third symposium, he affirmed that the meeting is a theme from threats and challenges to regional response accurately reflect the reality of facing the region and the urgent need for collective action to confront challenges that transcend borders and are not confined to a specific geographical area. The minister pointed out that Djibouti, by virtue of its location at the entrance of Bab el-Mandeb and which is one of the world's most important strategic maritime passage, enjoys a unique position at the crossroad of trade routes between Africa, Asia, Europe, and Middle East. He also added that the thousands of ships transit this vital waterway annually, which constitute a fundamental link in international trade, global supply chain, and energy security. The Minister of Information in charge of Post and Telecommunication, Mr. Muhammad Abdul Qadir Musa Halam, called for concert international effort to enhance protection of in this came during a participation of the third of the symposium. In his the minister call for the strengthened cooperation between the telecommunication companies, port authorities, and international partners to ensure the protection of this vital infrastructure. The crossing of this strategy importance of this workshop aim to provide alternative land to route of the connection and the cooperation between the telecommunication and the relative cooperation. The Minister of Youth and Culture attended the closing ceremony of the poetry and solo performance competition on the occasion of Independence Day. As part of the activities commemorating the 49th anniversary of national independence, the Minister of Youth and Culture, Ms. Ferdousa Musa, attended the closing ceremony of the poetry and solo performance competitions yesterday evening. The event was held at the Community Development Center. This cultural event, organized as part of the Independence Day celebration, brought together a number of young talents from Community Development Center in the capital and various regions of the country. The participants present creative performances that reflect their artistic and literary expression ability before a large audience. The final competition featured poetry and artistic performance in French, Afar, Arabic, and Somali, highlighting the rich cultural and linguistic diversity of Djibouti. The Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary of the Republic of Djibouti to the Republic of Gabon, Mr. Mohammed Burhan Ali, present his credential letter to His Excellency Mr. Bryce, President of the Republic of Gabon and Head of Government on Wednesday, June 24, during an official ceremony held at the Palace of the capital, Libreville. On this occasion, the ambassador conveyed to His Excellency the President of the Republic of Gabon to the Republic of Djibouti and his wishes for the brotherly Gabonese people for continued peace, stability, prosperity, and development. Like the rest of the country, the National Police and the city of Tajura, as in a various region to the Republic of Djibouti, commemorate the 49th anniversary of national independence in a festive atmosphere that reflects the spirit of pride in this important national occasion. The events include a special ceremony in which members of the National Police participate, reaffirming their commitment to serving the nation and maintaining security and stability, and recalling the sacrifice made during the struggle for independence. These celebrations are part of the national program commemorating the 49th anniversary of the independence of the Republic of Djibouti, during which various regions and sectors organize activities and events to celebrate this historic occasion. In his address during the celebration of 49th anniversary national independence in the city of Tajura, the commander of National Police in the region expressed his pride in participating in this national occasion, praising the process and the progress made by the National Police and the role it plays in protecting citizens and maintaining security and stability throughout the country. He also reaffirmed in order to continue to perform their duty with the utmost dedication and responsibility. He also commended the effort exert by the National Police leadership to develop the capabilities of its personnel and improve their working condition by enhancing training and equipment and providing the necessary resources to carry out security tasks. He noted finally that the deployment of police units in the Jura region contribute to ensuring security and peace of mind, emphasizing the battalion's continued commitment to working with discipline and professionalism in accordance with directive of the country's supreme leadership.
Police.
And now the military parade in order to commemorate the 49th anniversary of national independence in Jura. The ceremony took place in the presence of local authorities, senior defense and security officials, and numerous citizens who gathered to witness this commemorative event. Various military and security units marched with disciplines and professionalism, demonstrating their unwavering commitment to serving the nation, safeguarding national sovereignty, and maintaining the country's security and stability. The parade also provides an opportunity to pay tribute to the sacrifice made by the founding fathers and heroes of independence who effort enabled the Republic of Djibouti to achieve freedom and national sovereignty. In his address on this occasion, the commander of the military battalion in Tejura expressed his pride in participating in this national celebration. And now to finish this edition with the international news, two powerful earthquakes strike Venezuela, leaving dozens dead and hundreds injured. The death toll from the two powerful earthquakes that struck Venezuela on Wednesday evening has risen to at least 32, with more than 700 injured, according to an initial official account announced by the interim president. Authorities warned that the number of victims could rise further as reach and search the rescue operation continue under the rubble of a collapsed building. This is it for this edition. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful evening.